the fourth wall. It's something that exists in which it keeps the viewers from the people in that media. However, some characters are known for breaking this, and these not fully developed people prove that very well. Lincoln Loud, the main protagonist of the Loud House, and Scott Pilgrim, the main protagonist of the Scott Pilgrim vs. the World series, and they're of the Seven Evil X's. In Royal Woods, Michigan, there is a family named the Louds. They have a and though he may not have been the first, second, third, fourth, or even fifth child, he was their sixth and only male child. Name Lincoln Loud. Lincoln Loud is pretty much just a normal human. However, his only real quality in combat sense is speed. He's capable of reacting to his younger sister Lucy Loud, who is fast enough to basically seem like teleporting. This means that she will be able to move faster than the eyes can detect. Which would put her about, which would make her impressively fast. Lincoln Loud pretty much has everything that a normal 11-year-old would have. He also has an infatuation with comic books. That's not really important to this fight, except for his personality. Both Lincoln Loud and Scott Pilgrim are extremely intelligent as they directly address the viewer, or their thing, or are aware that they are in a fictional setting. Lincoln Loud directly talks to the viewer, or like they are in the same room. Lincoln Loud is strong enough to. Lincoln Loud has the durability to survive the house destroying explosions that can blast the roof off of a house, and this is the best high-end. This is the best high-end durability feat. In terms of a strength feat, I really can't say that there's a really good strength feat. However, his experience, as he constantly gets into scuffles with his 10 sisters. However, Lincoln Loud is very, very imperfect. He's just a normal human child who doesn't have a lot of things going for him. Can Scott Pilgrim beat him? Probably. Canada, the Great White North itself. Many characters come from there, whether they be as well loved as Deadpool or despisable as Justin frickin' Bieber. Many Canadians have blessed our screens, and none of them are more iconic than Scott Pilgrim, the fourth wall-breaking visual novel character from the visual novel series Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. Graphic novel series Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. Scott Pilgrim is a kid in his late teens. He's the self-proclaimed best fighter in the province of Canada. Scott Pilgrim is actually extremely powerful. He was capable of taking down all 7 of the evil X's, including Todd Ingram, who once destroyed part of the moon. Todd Ingram did have the loose physical capability. I'd mention that Scott Pilgrim is extremely intelligent. As many times he beat his opponent by outsmarting them. Like, for example, the time he did him on his vegan boyfriend, tricking him into getting him into trouble with the vegan police. This is a real thing that happened in the series. Scott Pilgrim literally gained all his training from fighting games. Scott Pilgrim really is basically impressive, as he was capable of taking down beings like Todd and Grimm. He was capable of fighting on par with his evil version of himself, Nega Scott. Really, there's only... However, Scott Pilgrim's not perfect. He tends to be arrogant. Well, he was until his battle with Nega Scott, when he realized that he's not perfect. However, even if Scott Pilgrim were to die, he can always come back. Oh yeah, we're including his extra life. His extra life allows him, well, to come back from the dead. In this, he was finally able to defeat Gideon Graves, Ramona's most powerful ex. Plus, Scott Pilgrim does have the power of rock and roll, as well as 3 new powerful swords, being the power of love, power of self-respect, and power of understanding. These 3 swords were strong enough to defeat most of the 7 evil exes. In the end, Scott Pilgrim is one very impressive fighter. You once were a vegan, and now you'll be gone. Alright, the fighters are set. See which pre-adult fourth wall breaker will win. It's time for fourth wall battle! Location, Royal Woods, Michigan. Oh, hi. I'm going up against this show Scott Pilgrim. Anyway, like, yep. Or scratch plates. Yep, that's me. I bet you're wondering how I got into this mess. Well, let's go back to the very start of the day. It shows Scott Pilgrim in Royal Woods, Michigan. Me and Ramona were on this trip to Royal Woods, Michigan, and suddenly came across this weird house. There we saw a kid right here. He was trying to be a charismatic flirt with Ramona. He of course tried to deny the fact that he was flirting with her. So I personally took offense. It then cuts away from the narration. You better stop this. You better stop this right now. Huh. What are you, her boyfriend? Actually, yes I am. I am Scott Pilgrim, the best fighter in all of Canada. Huh. This will be an easy fight then. Usually you don't fight little kids, but for this case I'll make an exception. The word fight appears as Lincoln Loud runs towards Scott Pilgrim, punching him across the face. Smart kid, but not smart enough to get past this. He starts landing multiple uppercuts onto his opponent, launching Lincoln Loud into the air. He then lands atop the roof of a loud house. And Scott Pilgrim then takes out his skateboard and skateboards to the top of the loud house using a makeshift ramp that he saw. Then Scott Pilgrim, as the narration continues, Scott Pilgrim, me and my valiant awesomeness, proceed to back to my combat-oriented stance. Suddenly my white-haired opponent stands up. Wait. You are pretty good. You're not too shabby about this yourself. Too bad I have to make you go away. The Scott Pilgrim then pulls out then takes out his own electric guitar and summons in a giant ogre of rock and roll. This was the entire loud house. Lincoln Loud still on the roof of it. Lincoln Loud, briefly before getting killed, puts on the Ace Savvy outfit. As he then lifts the power of rock and roll's club off him, throwing into the air. Scott Pilgrim, the power of rock and roll ogre, then goes back to his thing. What are you doing? Fighting for Ramona? No, I'm fighting for me. He then pulls the power of love sword out of his chest. If you gain the power of... Wait, he pulls the power of self-respect. You earn the power of self-respect. As Lincoln Loudon runs towards Scott Pilgrim. Scott Pilgrim, with a one good clean strike, slashes Lincoln Loud in half. Lincoln Loud falls to the ground. As Scott Pilgrim then walks away as he starts washing himself, getting the blood of Lincoln Loud off of his shirt. KO. Lincoln Loud is shown skateboarding. Lincoln Loud's body is shown found by Lucy Loud. He tries to bring her brother back via dark magic. Fails. Okay. What? How did Lincoln Loud? Oh, I see why. Lincoln Loud was completely outclassed in this fight. Sure, he may have more combat experience, but they've dealt with the same amount of. Lincoln Loud only has of the real threats. The Louds only have a few actual good fighters, and the rest barely even scratch small building. They only barely scratch wall level at best. Compare this to the continent level power of Scott Pilgrim, via skilling to Todd Ingram. And you can kind of see why this is a one-sided fight for Lincoln Loud. But the end looks like Lincoln won't be for crying out. Looks like Lincoln Loud won't be crying out loud for anytime soon. The winner is Scott Pilgrim. Next time on this series, it's party time. PRTY, because I gotta. The Mask vs. Skull Kid. Battle of the masked beings that became extremely crazy and are very iconic for their craziness.